Time to wake up already? Where is my daylight ring? Hurry, hurry! I must be quick. It's time for my favorite show, Camping with the Count. Ha 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 ha!
Well, there's a whole lot of rocking and a whole lot of swinging going on. Well, the wolfman and the mommy are drinking rum. And Frankenstein is spinning upside down. Well, at the vampire bar, the place is really jumping. At the vampire bar, the band is really thumping. At the vampire bar, it really is quite something. Oh, well, the creature from the Black Lagoon is sliding on his knees, and the ghosties and the ghoulies are flying in the breeze, and the invisible man was shrieking, but no one really sees. At the vampire ball, the place was really jumping. At the vampire ball, the band was really thumping. At the vampire ball, it really is quite something. Oh, well, Beetlejuice was there, and he said, don't be no square. So he grabbed Elvira by the hand, and he danced all night with her. And when the camping town came waltzing by, the whole place went berserk. Woo! At the campfire ball, the place was really jumping. At the vampire ball, the band was really jumping. At the vampire ball, it really is quite something. Well, at the vampire ball, the place is really jumping. At the vampire ball, the band is really thumping. At the vampire ball, it really is quite something.
Good evening, and welcome back to Camping with the Count. And if it's your first time here, welcome! It's so good to see you tonight, my victims. I mean my fiends. I mean my friends. Why would I say that? I'm not even hungry. I mean, I had 6 pints of blood already today, so it can't be I'm hungry. Or is it? Bad Count, bad, bad Count. You know I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad. You know it. But seriously, it's great to be back here with you tonight. Thank you for inviting me back into your home. We have a really fun show for you tonight, with lots of laughs and cooking and mayhem and mishaps. Hey, by the way, why don't mummies like going camping? Because they hate to relax and unwind. Unwind, get it? Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Grimly?
Yes, Count, I heard it.
That's the mangled mail call. Let's check the mail, shall we? Mangled mail call. Mangled mail call. Let's see who we have a mail from today. Well, it's from my old companion, Igor, from the old country. It sure is nice of him to write to me. Let's see what he has to say today. I'm kind of old, I can't see too good anymore. Happens to us all, doesn't it? Well, let's see. My old friend Igor. Let's see what Igor has to say. He says, Dear Count, I am writing you and really hoping this letter will get to you soon. Things have not been going good here at Castle Transylvania since you left. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. To be honest, things have really gotten bad. The money you left us to survive on while you were gone ran out years ago. In fact, only a couple hours after your departure. What? How long did you think $10 was going to last us? I mean, me and the butler went to McDonald's, but in our defense, we only got one thing each off the dollar menu. The rest we spent on tape and glue trying to keep this place from crumbling down on our heads. Oh my goodness. The castle was starting to crumble before you left, and I do have my suspicions that is the true reason you went on this so-called vacation. I mean, you left 7 years ago, telling us not to worry, everything would be fine. Now that I think of it, what I think you were really trying to say was not to worry because things would be fine with you. Well, of course that's what I meant. Who else would I mean? So in closing, I must inform you that the tax collector was here, and to my surprise, he says you haven't paid the taxes in over 100 years. Oh! And if the taxes were not paid immediately, they are going to seize this property. I used the last of my money to buy the stamps to send you this letter. You are our last hope. I know that deep inside you are really a very sweet vampire. It's true, I am. And that you will save us in our hour of need and desperation. Of course I will. He is my good friend. I must tell you that he said the back taxes are well over $1 million. But I know that no amount of money would keep you from saving your two humble servants. Here is the address you will need to send the taxes to. Please do not lose it, as I have no other way to contact you, and we will be thrown into the streets if you fail to pay. We have spent a good part of our lives serving you and asking nothing in return except a roof over our heads. And I know you are too kind a vampire to let something like this happen to us. Sincerely yours, Igor and the butler. P.S. When you send the tax money, could you please send a few dollars for us to get a bit of food? Having to eat out of garbage cans is getting very old. Oh my goodness. Well, let me put this down and go and see what kind of money I have. I'll put it right here in my letter carrier. And let me go and see. What's that I smell? It smells like something is burning. Oh my God, the letter! No, no! Where is the water? Where is the water? Oh no! Now I can't send all that money for the back taxes. Oh no! Hey, remember last week when we blew up my ex-wife's head? Well, for those of you that was not here, my ex-wife left this styrofoam head when she left. I kept it all these years knowing I would do something special with my ex-wife's head. So, I blew it up. Now tonight, I have 10 firecrackers in my ex-wife's head. And let's see if we can do a little better job blowing it up. So here we go. Nothing finer than blowing up your ex-wife's head. Hey, remember this? Axe-toss. Last week we found out I was the world's best axe thrower. Let's see if I can hold my title. My wife gets me foam rubber axes, and I am the Count of Vampires. I should have the sharpest steel axes, the most dangerous axes. Ow! Oh, the Velcro is sharp on here. I cut myself. Oh my goodness, you have to be careful with an axe, you know. Let's see now. Hey, look at that. I am one of the best, if not the best, in the whole world. Let's try again. Well, again, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. I win! Ha 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 ha! Hey, here comes the dog. Oh, the dog loves to play fetch. Let's make it a stick. You want the stick, boy? You want the stick? Get it, get it. Fetch, boy, get it. He's going after the stick. He's running. He's running away. The dog's running away. He ran away. The dog ran away. Whose dog is that anyway? Roxanne, I won't have to drain your blood tonight. I had 6 pints before I left. I'm alright. Roxanne, 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 Roxanne. Hey Grimly, do you know what time it is now?
No, Count, what time is it?
It's time for Twisted Campfire Stories. Enjoy! Twisted Campfire Stories. Once upon a time, there was an old toy maker named Geppetto. Now, Geppetto was very loved by all of the villagers, and he always had a kind word and a smile for everybody. But inside, Geppetto was a very sad man. You see, Geppetto had always wanted a little boy of his own, but alas, that never happened for poor Geppetto. He was kind of an ugly guy, and he really didn't use deodorant or keep himself too clean, so, it was hard for him to get a date. But anyway, that made Geppetto a very, very sad man. One night, Geppetto was looking up at the sky from his dirty little window in his shop. He lived alone, so he didn't really see any cause to clean up after himself. He was kind of a slob. But anyway, as he was looking up in the sky, he saw a shooting star. As he watched the shooting star fly across the sky, he said, "Starlight, star bright, how about one stinking wish tonight?" And to his surprise, a beautiful blue fairy appeared right before his eyes. Now this scared the crap out of Geppetto, as you can imagine. So he grabbed his shotgun and was about to blow the fairy to smithereens, but stopped when he heard the blue fairy say, "Don't shoot! I am here to grant you a wish." Geppetto was stunned. Although he always wished upon a falling star, he always thought it was just some bullcrap from a children's song. "What is your wish?" asked the blue fairy. "Think wisely, as you only get one wish." Geppetto looked around the room and saw the life-size puppet he had named Pinocchio. He told the fairy that his wish was to bring his puppet to life. The blue fairy shrugged her shoulders and waved her wand over the puppet boy. And as the fairy dust fell onto the puppet, he opened his eyes. Geppetto was flabbergasted. "Wow," he said, "what else can he do?" The puppet yelled out, "I can do this!" Pinocchio ran across the room to Geppetto and kicked him very hard right between the legs. And for a puppet, he could kick pretty hard. Geppetto yelled out in agony and fell to his knees screaming, "Ah!" where the puppet poked him right in the eye with his wooden fingers. The blue fairy ran across the room to Pinocchio and with a wave of her wand froze him in mid-kick. Geppetto yelled, "Stop! What are you doing?" The fairy replied, "When something is born unnaturally, by magic, there are no guarantees. Some are good and some are bad. But Pinocchio is very bad. I will take his life force away, and he shall become just a puppet once again." "No!" Geppetto yelled. "I will not permit you to kill my son." The fairy informed him that since he was only a puppet, he wasn't really alive, so you couldn't really kill him. She would only take the magic out of him to make him cease to be animated. "No!" repeated Geppetto. "This is my son, and I will teach him and give him so much love that he will become a good boy. One day He will bring me very much joy into my life. The Blue Fairy told Geppetto that this was highly unlikely to happen. She told Geppetto, well, we will see, and she gave Geppetto a little magic cricket named Jiminy to help him with Pinocchio. And then poof, she was gone. Geppetto told Pinocchio to sit down at the table and he would make him a nice hot meal. He told Pinocchio he didn't have much, but he would cook up whatever he had for him. He told Pinocchio that he would gladly eat stale bread and water just to see Pinocchio have a good hot meal. Pinocchio smiled happily. Poor little guy, Geppetto said. All he needs is some love and some understanding. When the food was done cooking, he placed it in front of him in his finest china. Pinocchio picked up the beautiful plate and threw it against the wall as hard as he could, and he could throw pretty hard for a puppet. He yelled at poor Geppetto, who looked like he was ready to cry. He said, "Puppets don't eat food, you stupid old man!" And he began to laugh with the most evil laughter. The next morning, Geppetto told Pinocchio that what he needed was an education. So he informed him that he would be sending him to school, and not to worry, because he would also send along the magical Jiminy Cricket for protection. Geppetto set Jiminy Cricket on the ground in front of Pinocchio, and as soon as Jiminy introduced himself, "Hi, I'm Jiminy Cricket," Pinocchio raised his foot and smashed Jiminy into another stain in the carpet. Geppetto yelled out, "Pinocchio! No! What have you done to Jiminy Cricket? You are to stop being so bad right this second, or I swear I will make firewood out of you!" Pinocchio only laughed and ran out the door. Geppetto thought to himself, well, I will give him a chance to think about what he has done. I'm sure he will be resentful. After a while, Geppetto went outside to find Pinocchio. He found him in the backyard where he was tying firecrackers to the donkey's ears and lighting them on fire and laughing as the firecrackers exploded. "Pinocchio," he yelled, "you stop that this very second, or I swear I will make firewood out of you!" But Pinocchio just showed him one of his fingers, and you could probably guess which one, and ran away laughing. Ha 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 ha! Geppetto thought to himself, well, I will just give him some time to think about what he has done. I'm sure this time he will become remorseful. After a while, Geppetto found Pinocchio again. This time he was in the schoolyard beating up the school children and taking their lunch money. "Pinocchio," he yelled, "you stop that this very second, or I will make firewood out of you. This is your very last chance." Upon hearing this, Pinocchio started to cry. So Geppetto picked him up and gave him a big hug, and he smiled to himself as he thought he had finally gotten through to the boy. "It's okay, son," he said. "Everything is going to be okay now," and he carried Pinocchio all the way home. That evening, Geppetto decided to check in on Pinocchio and make sure everything was okay with him. He found Pinocchio in his room playing with fire, and he was holding the bag that contained all the money that Geppetto had managed to save over the years, which really wasn't much. "No, Pinocchio, don't put that bag in the fire. That is all of our money, all that we have in the whole world." Pinocchio just laughed and started the bag on fire, and laughed as all of the money was turned into ashes. Geppetto got so mad that he snatched up Pinocchio by one arm and hurled him into the fireplace. He felt kind of bad when he saw Pinocchio starting to disfigure while his body was burning up. But suddenly, Pinocchio's nose started to grow bigger and bigger, which worked out great because it kept the fire going all night. Slowly, Geppetto began to smile as he thought, well, he really did end up bringing me joy by heating up my little workshop on such a cold, cold night. The end! Well, tonight we are going to make a fun camping meal. We are going to make sausage with grilled peppers and grilled onions and a bun with some barbecue sauce and some homemade French fried potatoes on the side. It's a great camping meal. Delicioso. So first, let's cut up some potatoes. I pre-washed some potatoes. And I don't know if I really need two. It's just me. One should do fine. I love doing that. I guess it's just my nature. So let's cut that potato right in half. Well, close to it anyway. And we'll just cut some nice fries from that. Slicing some fries. Much better than McDonald's or Burger King. I don't really like Burger King fries. I like that new Whopper Melt. It's pretty good because the Whopper not so much, but the Whopper Melt, I kind of like it. It's pretty good. But anyways, this is a little bit fat, so let's chop that down half size. And same thing on the other side. I think this will be plenty of French fries for me. And slice them down. I like nice size. They call steak fries when you make them like this. And I think that's going to be good. So let's put that in a little bowl. Do I have a little bowl? I must have a little bowl. Let me check. Hard time stretching these days as I'm getting older and older. Put them here. This one is kind of fat. You know, the fatter, the longer they will take to cook. But you know, I have to cook sausage anyway, so I have the time. Throw it in there. Like so. And I think one is enough for me. Now here's a little secret I like to use. This is Steak and Shake seasoning. You can buy it right at your grocery store. You may not like it. I love it. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit right on my homemade French fries. Sprinkle well, because you know when you cook it and put it in the oil and you know move it all around, you're gonna lose some, maybe not all. So let's set up the stove. Okay, we have the old camping stove. Let's get a fire going here, shall we? How do you do this thing? I think you turn this one and turn this one, no? Aha! I knew we'd have fire after a while. So let's heat up the frying pan. And one thing good about this, French fries and sausage, you can make it all in one pan. Ha ha ha! Campfire meal in one pan, that's the best. So, of course, I always use olive oil. It's the best. Let's heat up a little olive oil. you know, one thing nice about cooking with these old camping stoves, they heat up very, very fast. So, that saves you on your waiting time. So, let's see here. I have some Italian sausage. We're going to turn this down a little bit because it's smoking. Smoking. How do you turn it down? Oh, over here. Not too good at this stove, you know? It's kind of old, but new to me. There we go. So let's get something in there. I have some Italian sausage. Oh, it's smoking good now. Better put something in it. Get some Italian sausage. Very careful, it's hot. Oh, it's sizzling. Everybody loves the sizzle. One more for good measure. And let's go ahead and throw the potatoes right with that. Oh, yeah. Everything going there. Okay, here we are, nice and close and comfy. Let's see here. We better do some bit of mixing. Oh, it's flattering. So here it is, all finished sausage covered in peppers and onions and nice homemade steak fries. That's a good camping meal. Let's enjoy it. We have a little bit of salt. And, you know, I like those French fries a little bit salty. I know it's not good to have too much salt, but I like it. And a little bit on there. And pepper, of course. Pepper makes everything wonderful. Put it there and put it there. And then we also need barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce for the sausage and peppers and onions. Very, very good combination. So, oh, we went all over with that one. A little bit crazy there. We went crazy, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to go a little crazy. Cuckoo, cuckoo. And for the French fries, I suggest good old ketchup. You can't beat ketchup on French fries, can you? You know, you should always shake it because get that nasty watery stuff coming out. Yuck. But I like ketchup mainly because it looks like blood. That's good. So, put some ketchup. And bon appetit. Let's try it out. Really don't know how good it is until you taste it. You know, the taste is everything. So, here we go. First bite is for you. Oh, you want me to take the first bite? No problem. Thank you very much. That's very sweet sausage. Cooked to perfection, if I don't say so myself. Let's try the fries. Perfect. Very, very good. And of course, with every good meal, you need a good drink. Good thing I stopped at the blood bank today. Ha 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 ha! It's good. I like to keep it in the freezer. You know, it starts off, oh, positive, but when it gets real cold, it becomes negative. Ha 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 ha! Okay, I'll be right back. So, after a delicious dinner, why not top it off with a delicious dessert? Today we're going to be making a peanut butter shake. So good, so good. You know, the Count is kind of a peanut butter freak. I love peanut butter. So we'll start off, if I can open this. What does it have, a lock on it? And we have some vanilla ice cream to start. So, let's put some vanilla ice cream in the glass, like so. How many scoops do you think we should put? That's 2. Count with me. 1, 2, 3 scoops of vanilla ice cream. Like so. And don't want to make too big of a mess. We'll put that there. Okay. Now we'll add a little bit of milk. Just a bit, so, like so. And the trick, some peanut butter. This happens to be Jif peanut butter, very good peanut butter. So, let me get a paper towel ready because I know after this, I don't want to lay a peanut butter spoon on my nice tablecloth. So we'll go ahead and give it a nice, generous spoon of peanut butter. Put that in there. And just a little trick for camping. You can wash it later, but keep everything from getting messy. Just wrap a paper towel around your dirty stuff. And maybe even use one for your dirty fingers. So we can move the peanut butter and even the milk. And now we'll add a little bit of Hershey's chocolate syrup. It's so good. Put it in like that. You know, I believe we're going to need more milk in this. So let's add more milk. About like that. Maybe half the glass. And now I don't know what you mix with, but for myself I have one of these newfangled emulsion blenders. And they work very well. So let's mix it up. Just get it down in there, all the way to the bottom. And this thing does a marvelous job. And that just like that, it's all mixed and ready to go. Now, do the paper towel trick, because this is very messy. Come here, you paper towel, I command you. Okay. We're going to wrap it. Maybe even one more. And And I'm gonna not put that on the table because it's gonna leak through. I'm gonna put that right in my bag I have in the back here. There we go. Now, if you are under the drinking age where you live, here happens to be 21, but I don't know where you live, could be, 18, 15, I don't know. But if you're under drinking age, then you stop there because that's a wonderful drink. Delicious, I tell you. But if you happen to be the drinking age and you want to have a little extra fun, you get some peanut butter whiskey. And we add that right in there. So we take a shot. Dump it in there. And since we're camping, having fun, why not two? Ha 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 ha! You know what they say, two for the road. Throw it there. And just stir it up. No need for emulsion, but it's already blended very, very well. We're just gonna stir the whiskey right inside, and it blends so wonderful with the ice cream and the milk and the peanut butter and the peanut butter whiskey and the chocolate. Oh, it's so good. Oh, did we add chocolate? I don't think we did. Let's put chocolate now, shall we? And it's up to you how much chocolate you put in there. I don't like too much, but just enough. Like so. That's Hershey's chocolate, the best. And stir it up again. And this, my friends, is a wonderful dessert for any time. Camping, home, barbecuing, you name it. That's delicious. I'm going to enjoy this drink and then I'll be right with you. Cheers. So good. As they say, here's to your health. So good, so good. An old vampire flew up one night, right up into the sky. 'Cause that's the thing when vampires turn into bats and fly. He flew so high into the sky, he flew into the night. He flew so far away, he flew right out of sight. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay, vampire in the sky. He saw her walking all alone on a dark and dreary street. He flew down rather quickly, just a blur of fangs and wings. He crept right up into her neck, she never felt a thing. And then he flew off once again, feeling the relief. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay, vampire in the sky. Yippee-yi-oh, getting late, and after having that wonderful meal and that wonderful milkshake with peanut butter whiskey, the old Count is getting tired, and I'm afraid it's time for me once again to rest in peace. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for inviting me into your homes. So until we meet again, I'll see you in your dreams. But before I go, how about a bite? I'll see you in your dreams.